In this video, we will learn about how to set the default values for object model fields. For this purpose, we will be creating a dummy model. Let's call it dummy. Okay. We will be just having the post method and get list of objects methods. Okay, let's add a field here. Let's add a very simple text field called text. Okay, and let's start testing this thing. Okay, we've got the default endpoints. The create one is here. Let me send a value. Let me send an empty, let's say, object without any kind of values. What will happen? AltaJIC runs it and creates a object in the database with the unique identifier. The reason for that one is the following actually. The text field is not a required field, it's an optional field. Okay, if I make this one required and if I run this thing again, AltaJIC will raise an error saying that hey, text is a required field and you didn't provide any value for that one. So what happens is the following. Okay, let's assume that it's required, still required field, and let's put here hello. Okay. If I run this thing again now I've got the text value is hello. The reason for that one is the following. I didn't pass any input value as in the text field, but text field has a default value expression. So when AltaJIC sees that hey, this field doesn't have any input value, but it has a default value expression, in that case it evaluates, runs the expression, calculates the result, and assigns that value to the value of the field. That's why we've got here the text hello. What happens if I put here by? Okay. In this case, we get the value of by. The reason for that one is again, AltaJIC looks if the text field has a value. In that case, it says value of by. Then it omits or it ignores the default value expression because it knows that hey, I already have a value. I don't need to calculate run the default value expression. So I will use whatever input value that has been provided. Then that's why it provides here the by. Okay. Let me put this thing back here as optional. Okay. And let's run this again, the same thing. Okay, no change. So let's add some additional fields. I will add two integer fields. The first one is integer 1 with a default value of 5, and the second one will be integer 2, sorry, this one, with a default value of 2. Okay. By the way, the default value expressions that you use here or the other fields, you can actually, these are like static, right? This is static text, but you can write quite complex formulas here, right? You can concatenate some stuff, or you can use the list of available functions in order to calculate the default value, set the default value. So you can write quite complex default value expressions. Okay, so integer 1 default value 5, integer 2 default value 2. Okay, let's run this thing. Let me remove this thing. In this case, we've got the default values hello, 5, and 2. Okay. What happens? Let's do something like this. What happens if I do this default value expression, a dynamic one, saying that 5 times the value of integer 2? Okay. So the default value expression of integer 1 becomes 5 times the value that has been passed in integer 2. Okay. So let's run this thing. Let me remove this thing. I will show you the success case first. Okay, if I pass here 2, then integer 1 should be 10. Okay, as it is the case, yeah, integer 1 is 10, integer 2 is 2. What happens if I don't provide any input value? Okay, then AltaJIC raises an error. Okay, let me explain you why AltaJIC has raised an error. The issue is the following. Okay, text, we've got the default value expression, that's fine, we assign that one. Integer 1, yeah, we've got the default value expression, which is 5 times the value of the field integer 2. The expression, default value expression of integer 1 will be executed, run before integer 2. The reason for that one is that because integer 1 added as a field before integer 2, that's why this has got precedence. It will try to run this expression. Okay, 5 times, what's the value of integer 2? I don't have a value of integer 2. I haven't also evaluated or run the default value of expression of integer 2. That's fine. This expression fails and it returns an error message. How can we fix that thing? Okay, there is an easy solution for that one. Okay, this is in the table view. We see the list of the fields here. Okay, I come here. This is integer 2. I need to I need to evaluate the default value expression of this integer 2 before integer 1. Okay, so what I do is there's a change order here. We need to move integer 2 before integer 1. Okay, so if I look the sequence right now, integer 2 is before integer 1. Let's see what will happen in this case. It successfully evaluated the default value expression and assigned the value. So one key rule that you need to take into consideration when defining the default value expressions, if there is a default value expression that is dependent on some other field value of the object, then please make sure that those field values are evaluated before the evaluation of the field in consideration. Okay, so that's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching.